Hey guys, hope you all are doing well. So, as the iPhone 12 Pro is available on the market, the price of the iPhone 11 Pro has gone significantly down. You can get the iPhone 11 Pro for $750 to $800. That's actually not a bad deal, but before you spend your hard-earned money on any of these devices, be sure to think about these 13 things I'm going to talk about in this video, and everything I'm going to talk about in this video is also available in the description. Be sure to check the description if you haven't understood any single things. So before you spend your hard-earned money on the iPhone 11 Pro, be sure to check these 13 things about the iPhone 12 Pro. Those are better. I'm not talking about the Pro Max. There will be a dedicated video about the iPhone 12 Pro Max versus the iPhone 11 Pro Max. But before you go for the iPhone 11 Pro in 2020 or even in 2021, you should definitely consider these 13 things because these things may matter a lot. Okay, without talking a lot, let's see what are the differences we may see with the iPhone 12 Pro and why we may want to buy the iPhone 12 Pro instead of the 11 Pro. Even the 12 Pro is $999, equal to $1,000, and the iPhone 11 Pro is nearly around $750 to $800. Okay, so this video has been divided into three parts. Number one is the display, after that the camera section, and there are other nifty 50 things. Okay, let's talk about the display thing. Number one thing is about the display, that is the iPhone 11 Pro is 5.8 inch display, the iPhone 12 Pro is 6.1 inch display. The iPhone 12 Pro has a bigger display, even though the size of the iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 11 Pro are significantly same. There are no big difference. The thing is, iPhone 12 Pro has a boxier shape, and that is the reason the iPhone 12 Pro has a bigger display without getting the device's footprint that large. Whereas the iPhone 11 Pro has 5.8 inch display and the size is same as the 12 Pro. So I think you wanna get a bigger display with similar footprint of the iPhone 11 Pro, and I personally think that you will like a bigger display instead of a smaller display. Okay, the next one is the ceramic shield. iPhone 12 Pro is much harder to break than the iPhone 11 Pro. Basically, the thing is, the iPhone 12 Pro has the same display as the iPhone 11 Pro, but on the iPhone 12 Pro you have a ceramic shield. If you haven't seen Jerry Rick's video, then you may definitely want to watch that one. He has tested the device and he found that they both are same kind of scratch resistant, but the flexing and the display durability is much better on the iPhone 12 Pro. The iPhone 12 Pro is much better device. If you haven't watched like everything Apple Pro's drop test, then you may don't know that the iPhone 12 Pro is better device. If you drop the iPhone 12 Pro, it is more likely 4 times of harder chance to break the iPhone 12 Pro instead of the iPhone 11 Pro. If you drop the iPhone 11 Pro, there are more possibility that the iPhone 11 Pro will break, but the 12 Pro may not break because it has 4 times better ceramic shield. It is much better in terms of display durability. Okay, that was about the display thing. Now let's come into the camera section. In this year, the iPhone 12 Pro got a lot of updates in the camera section, and you may like these camera features so much that you may want to ditch the iPhone 11 Pro. Only these camera features may impress you so much that you may think that why I want to get the iPhone 11 Pro whereas the 12 Pro is so much better. There are many things in the camera section. Okay, now let's talk about the first one in the camera section. First one is the rear camera. Not a lot of YouTubers are talking about the camera thing, that is the iPhone 12 Pro has a 1.6 aperture on the main sensor, whereas on the iPhone 11 Pro you get a 1.8 aperture. I know that it's not a very big deal, but when you are in low light condition, this 1.6 apertures matters a lot. It's 5 PM or 7 PM. It's going to perform a hell lot on the iPhone 12 Pro because of this 1.6 aperture, and it's very important also for video recording. If you are doing nighttime video, then the iPhone 12 Pro is much better because of this 1.6 aperture. And in the night time, there is not a lot of things in the software optimization, and that is the reason this 1.6 aperture is going to help you a lot more than the 1.8 on the iPhone 11 Pro, especially in the video section, also in the photo, but the video is so much important. Now the next one is the Apple ProRAW. This Apple ProRAW is only available to the iPhone 12 Pro and the 12 Pro Max series. Okay, in this video we are not talking about the 12 Pro Max. ProRAW is an amazing feature that you also may want it. I think you already know what RAW is. RAW is a kind of footage that you can color grade later, you can adjust contrast later, you can make the footage brighter, you can make the footage darker, darker, you can make the picture brighter, darker, or saturated, or non-contrasty, or blacks to white, whites to blacks, darken to white, highlight to go down. You can basically manipulate the photo or the video any way you want. So you may also want this Apple ProRAW on your iPhone 12 Pro, and it is very necessary if you want to capture photos, especially if you are doing this kind of photos for clients or client kind of work, or if you are doing this kind of photos for your personal journalism type of work, or you are putting photos or videos on Instagram. Then these kind of features are amazing. You can manipulate the photo however you want, like a professional DSLR camera or a mirrorless camera. So you may also want this Apple ProRAW feature on your device, and that is the thing you are not going to get with the iPhone 11 Pro. That's only available to the 12 Pro. The next one is night mode photos and the night mode portraits. I know that the night mode photos is already available on the iPhone 11 Pro, but on the iPhone 12 Pro it is much better because of that LiDAR sensor. I'll talk about the LiDAR sensor very soon, but because of having that LiDAR sensor, the iPhone 12 Pro can shoot much better night mode photos, and also you can shoot night mode photos with the front facing camera. And the most exciting part is night mode portraits. Now you can shoot portrait photos in night with the iPhone 12 Pro, but you cannot shoot night mode portraits with the iPhone 11 Pro, or even the night mode time lapse that I'll talk about in this video very soon. Okay, the next one is HDR3. On the iPhone 12 Pro you get the high dynamic range 3 version 3. That is much better than the iPhone 11 Pro's HDR. The thing is, iPhone 12 Pro has a latest HDR processing system that can detect human face and that can color grade and expose that human face better. I mean, if you have a background that is so bright behind you, then iPhone 12 can enhance your facial expression much better than the iPhone 11 Pro. The iPhone 11 Pro cannot process front end that amazingly, but on the iPhone 12 Pro, if you capture a photo that has a highlight on the background, then it can manage the highlight and shadows much better. And that is the thing that's called HDR, high dynamic range. And Apple has improved the HDR only and only on the iPhone 12 and the 12 Pro Max series. Also on the 12 mini series, every iPhone 12 series. And this HDR3 is just gorgeous. I've seen some samples and it is just exciting, super exciting. You may see a camera comparison very soon on my channel, wait for that one. Anyway, the next one is HDR Dolby Vision video recording. On the iPhone 12 Pro you can shoot HDR Dolby Vision. I mean the cinema quality camera features you are going to get with the iPhone 12 Pro. You are not going to get this HDR Dolby Vision video recording capability on the iPhone 11 Pro. You can only get this HDR Dolby Vision video recording capability on the iPhone 12 Pro. But there is a thing that is not coming in my mind, that is, if you capture HDR Dolby Vision photos, HDR Dolby Vision video, then you must need a HDR Dolby Vision capable display in order to view that video. So it's not a thing that is super exciting for every people. I mean, if you capture a HDR Dolby Vision video and you share it in your Instagram or Facebook profile, and a person who is viewing that on his LCD or even his normal OLED display, he can view this HDR Dolby Vision video. He will be able to see that in normal quality. If you upload that Dolby Vision video on your Instagram or on Facebook, then no one will be able to view that thing. So it's not a thing that is a super deal breaking for most of the people, but for filmmakers or professional photographers it may matter a lot. The night mode time lapse. Now it can capture night mode time lapse with the iPhone 12 Pro, and that looks gorgeous. The next one is that LiDAR sensor. The LiDAR sensor is only available on the iPhone 12 Pro, not on the 11 Pro. So you should definitely consider the LiDAR sensor. It is like a futuristic thing. This may help you so much in the dark situation when it's night. This will help the camera to capture photos so much. You can shoot night mode portraits because of this lens, and it's very necessary. And the portrait photos quality is much better with this LiDAR sensor because the scene detection is much better. Okay, now let's come into the other section where we have every single thing. Okay, the number one thing is the IP rating. I know that the IP rating is same, IP68 versus IP68, but on the iPhone 11 Pro that is only up to 4 meters. On the iPhone 12 Pro it is up to 6 meters. So you are going to get the same IP68 on the iPhone 11 Pro, also on the iPhone 12 Pro, but you will only get 4 meters on the iPhone 11 and you will get 6 meters on the iPhone 12 Pro. The next one is the processor. You already know that the iPhone 11 Pro has A13 Bionic, the iPhone 12 Pro has A14 Bionic. The A14 Bionic is much better because the A14 Bionic is the fast 5nm processor on the market with billions of transistors. I believe 11.8 billion transistors, and it is crazy. The processor on the iPhone 12 Pro is super powerful and it is much better than the iPhone 11 Pro. I know that the processor on the iPhone 11 Pro is not bad, but compared to iPhone 12 Pro, it's nothing. Okay, the next one is 5G. And this is also another thing that most people shouldn't care about, because 5G is yet not available in every places. Like in my place it's not available, but if you want to future proof your device, then you should definitely go for the iPhone 12 Pro, because on the iPhone 12 Pro you'll get the 5G, and within next 1 or 2 years, I think 2 or 3 years maybe, the 5G will be the regular standard. And that is the reason, if you want to keep using your iPhone for next 3 to 5 years, then you may want to get the iPhone 12 Pro. The next and the final thing, that is the MagSafe. The MagSafe is a futuristic thing. Within next 2 or 3 years, the MagSafe will be standard for the iPhones, because there will be no port iPhones from next year in 2021 or in 2022. We may see an iPhone without any ports, and this MagSafe will be the only option. And if you also again want to future proof your device, then you may want to buy the iPhone 12 Pro. So these were the total things about the iPhone 12 Pro and the iPhone 11 Pro. My final conclusion will be go for the iPhone 12 Pro, cause it's much powerful. You'll get so many features that you will miss on the iPhone 11 Pro, and it's 1 year old. That means the battery is already a little degraded. If you want to use your iPhone for next 3 to 5 years, then you may definitely want to go with the iPhone 12 Pro. That is all for this one. I hope you guys found this video helpful, and be sure to like the video if you liked this one, cause it was pretty hectic video. Anyway, that's all.